here is Mr. Churchill.
Commons, ladies and gentlemen, I would ask the Right Honourable Mackenzie King, the Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, honourable members of the Senate and of the House of Commons, on behalf of the Government and people of Canada, I have the honour this afternoon to renew the welcome already extended from all parts of our country to the Prime Minister of Britain, the Right Honourable Winston Churchill. I need not
Mr. Speaker, members of the Senate and members of the House of Commons, it is with the feelings of pride and encouragement that I find myself here in the House of Commons of Canada, invited to address the Parliament of the senior Dominion of the Crown. Sir, the Canadian government have imposed no limitation at Hong Kong, that beautiful colony which the industry and mercantile enterprise of Britain had raised from a desert isle and made the greatest port of shipping in the whole world. At Hong Kong, that colony wrested from us for a time until we reached the peace table by the overwhelming power of the home forces of Japan, to which it lay in proximity. At Hong Kong, Canadian soldiers of the Royal Rifles of Canada and the Winnipeg Grenadiers, under a brave officer whose loss we mourn, have played a valuable part in gaining precious days and have crowned with honor, with military honor, the reputation of their native land. I could, sir, speak also on the naval production of corvettes and above all of merchant ships, which is proceeding on a scale almost equal to the building of the United Kingdom, all of which Canada has set on foot. I could speak of many other activities, of tanks, of the special forms of modern high-velocity cannon, of the great supplies of raw materials, and many other elements essential to our war effort, on which your labors are ceaselessly and tirelessly engaged. We did not seek it. We did all we could to avoid it. We did too much to avoid it. We went so far in trying to avoid it as to be almost destroyed by it when it broke upon us. But that dangerous corner has been turned. And with every month and every year that passes, we shall confront the evil doers with weapons as plentiful, as sharp, and as destructive as those with which they have sought to establish their hateful domination. That great man whom destiny has marked for this climax of human fortunes. We have been concerting the united pacts and resolves of more than 30 states and nations to fight on in unity together and in fidelity one with another, without any thought except the total and final extirpation of the Hitler tyranny, of the Japanese frenzy, and the Mussolini flop. Or half measures. There will be no compromise or parley. These gangs of bandits have sought to darken the light of the world, have sought to stand between the common people of all the lands and their march forward into their inheritance. They shall themselves be cast into the pit of death and shame, and only when the earth has been cleansed and purged of their crimes and of their villainies will we turn from the task which they have forced upon us, a task which we were reluctant to undertake, but which we shall now most faithfully and punctiliously discharge. Joseph Stalin are waging furious war with increasing success in Libya and in Russia. Events of great importance and of most hopeful import have taken place. But greatest of all, the mighty Republic of the United States has entered the conflict and entered it in a manner which shows that for her there can be no withdrawal except by death or victory. Et partout dans la France, occupés et inoccupés, car leur sort est égal, les honnêtes gens, le grand peuple, la nation française se redresse. L'espoir se rallume dans les cœurs d'une race guerrière, même désarmée, berceau de la liberté révolutionnaire et terrible aux vainqueurs esclaves. Partout on voit le point du jour et la lumière grandit, rougeâtre mais claire. Nous ne perdrons jamais la confiance que la France jouera le rôle des hommes libres et qu'elle reprendra par des voies dures sa place dans la grande compagnie des nations libératrices et victorieuses. Evidently, the most strenuous exertions must be made by all. As to the form which these exertions take, that is for each partner in the grand alliance to judge for himself in consultation with others and in harmony with the general scheme. Let us then, sir, address ourselves to our task, not in any way underrating its tremendous difficulties and perils, but in good heart and sober confidence, resolved that whatever the cost, whatever the suffering, we shall stand by one another, true and faithful comrades, and do our duty, God helping us, to the end.